My darling, you've dealt with somebody who's dealt with curses.
Yes.
Spells that are meant to, I guess, warp things for the worse for people. Because of that, I have made it my lifelong goal to break such curses for people. You know that.
Of course.
Sometimes there are curses that I am asked to break for people that deserve them in the first place. I've been in very difficult situations where I've been hired specifically to break curses on people who were cast them in order to punish them for wrongs that they have done. So the question is, do I break the curse because nobody deserves such punishment? Or do I refuse because the curse was placed on that person for a reason? Much like somebody's thrown in jail for a reason, or any other punishment that's given for someone for a reason.
It is an important question.
I guess the point I'm trying to make is that in the end, when I was trying to decide what to do, is in order to maintain some sense of sanity in this world that simply isn't fair, it's not necessarily important which move you make. It's what you do with the move after you make it. Especially if both moves are, well, to put it in Andreia's terms, sucky. You make a play, and you keep playing the game. You don't throw the table over just because you don't like the cards that you have.
Well, sometimes you do.
Well. No, I guess the important thing is, don't beat yourself up over what decision is right or wrong, or even what is the lesser of the two evils. You make a move, and then you keep playing, you deal with it.
Yes. Yes, you do. Thank you for the words.
You're welcome. I'm sorry if I didn't make your decision any easier, but I'm trying not to sway you in any direction specifically. It's not my decision to make.
Sadly, it's only a fifth of mine. But because of that, my hand is forced. So, I don't know where I'll be needed after this. But, well, I mean, you'll be with me.
Of course.
Just let me know if there's anything that I can do for you and yours after all this mess is done.
For what it's worth, Haliserre, regardless of what the people or the public might remember you for, I'd like to believe that the maker's feelings or opinions are that he wouldn't necessarily care too much or emphasize too much what you decide to do.
Yes.
More so, he would care more of the why you do it.
Yes. We are in agreement.
Hopefully that gives you some comfort.
Thank you.
You're welcome, she says as she gives you a squeeze.
Excellent. And she will return the hook.
She says as her eyes perk up. Nutmeg. There we are. She says with a grin.
I would like to talk to Razikale.
Nice. Razikale will be in the. I think she'll also be in the sparring room. She enters the sparring room shortly after Kenna and Connor have left, and she is like, she has her whip out, and she is like making ridiculous, like pinpoint accurate, like hits with her whip,
Okay.
just like swinging around, hitting every single target, like right smack in the bullseye.
Well, if Connor
and she
and Kenna are kind of leaving as Theo enters, he's just gonna like
Sure.
wave at Kenna and give her a wink as she leaves, like acknowledgement.
Sure.
Yeah, and she's gonna. He's going to approach Razikale.
Arrow, she says with a grin. You come watch.
All right.
She says, I look good when I spar.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Okay.
I'm just trying to be friendly, she says. You and I will be working very close with each other, she says with a grin. And she like raises her eyebrows a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Razikale, I want to tell you a story.
Okay.
So when I was very young, well, youngish, 6.
Oh,
Yes?
is there griffins in this story?
I'm sorry. I know there always has to be griffins, but there isn't.
Yes.
Okay. There is no griffins. I'm sorry, but hopefully you'll get a point.
Go ahead.
So something that me and my father used to do was he used to like let me have control of like a little station with formulas, and he used to let me concoct substances, and he would let me supervise. Like I would feel like I was the big man in charge, and I would tell him what needed to go where. And one day I was heating a mixture that was too hot, and my father said, don't you think that might be a little bit too warm? And I said, no, this is right. I believe that this is the right temperature. And I spent that entire encounter holding this formula, my hand burning to the point where I had to put it under cold water afterwards, but I stood there as if it wasn't affecting me. My pride wouldn't let me admit I was wrong. And I feel like that's how I was with you. I felt like I hung on to the belief that you couldn't be good. And that what you are determined how I should think about you. And I was wrong. I was holding on to that formula, refusing to believe that I could have made a mistake.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Arrow. Thank you for telling me that story. I forgive you.
Good. I think that we will get through this.
Oh, you better
And
get
I would
through
be honored
this.
to have you
I
by my side.
personally make sure you do not die out there, because you are the key to the peace between your people and my own.
Not just because you like me.
More importantly, the question is, how much do you like me? And she, she kind of does, very, very seductive. That's more important
I
question.
couldn't allow anything without Andreia's permission. I'm sorry, you're her best friend. There are rules.
Yeah, throw it on me.
I just saying, if Haliserre too slow, just shakes her head.
Yeah, I'll let her know that you're out there, okay?
Good.
All right.
I would love chance to fight her for you.
You know, we do have proving grounds in Orzammar. No, what am I saying?
You just don't want to admit that you enjoy watching that.
And I never will. And he walks away.
She laughs once again as you walk away.
He wants to find Hugh.
Okay, that's fine. I think you'll find Hugh in the meeting room with the mural. And he's kind of just standing there with his hand on his chin, and he's just studying the mural right now.
Hugh,
Hello, Cedric.
how are you feeling?
Honestly,
Yes.
nervous. Quite nervous.
Well, it would be weird if you weren't feeling nervous otherwise.
How are you feeling, my friend?
Ready, but also nervous.
About the fight or about the outcome?
Both.
It would be normal for you to feel both.
Yes.
What kind of picture are we going to be painting? What is this world going to look like when we're done with whatever it is that we were deciding to do? Those are my thoughts.
It'll be interesting to watch it play out, and we'll just have to make the best of it.
And I'll be there. For you and everyone else. You have my word.
Good. Hugh, I need a favor.
Of course, Cedric, anything.
Cedric will pull out of his pack 3 letters. If I am to fall, hand these out to the people who they're addressed to.
Hugh takes takes the 3 letters and he looks at who they're addressed to. Who are they addressed to?
Andreia, Hugh, and the group.
Okay.
Kenna.
He will get Kenna. Hugh will.
She was like,
He will not.
Don't open them unless if I fall. If I make it back, I want them back.
Understood, Cedric, he said. You have my word.
And know that I don't plan on dying. This is just...
And I don't plan on allowing you to.
Good.
Cedric, I was thinking. These are the type of thoughts I start thinking about now that I'm not quite tranquil anymore. Your charges, in general. Myself, Andreia, Connor, even. What are we to you? You say that you do what you do because it is your job. It is your duty. It is your responsibility. Is that what we are?
It always starts out like that. You think going into becoming a Templar that you will get charges and they will be your responsibility because you are honor bound. That is something that has changed. My opinion has changed. Over time, I still care about my charge's safety, but for different reasons. Not because I feel like I would fail the Order if I failed them, but because I've grown attached to you. I don't see you all as just people that I have to protect. I see you as comrades in arms against something that is much bigger than me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, no, I don't just see you as my charges, but I see you as allies and friends. And I only wish the best for you all. With limitations.
Hugh kind of laughs a little bit, and which is your first time hearing him laugh ever. And he smiles, and then he nods, understandingly. And I don't just see you as a Templar. I don't just see you as Cedric. I don't just see you as Liam. I see you as a man that I have come to respect. A man that I trust implicitly. My best friend that I've ever had, and probably always will. I hope you know that before we go in.
I feel like deep down I've always known. And I still feel like I owe it to you and all of my charges. I not only protect you, but you also protect me.
That's what we do. You and I. We protect each other.
Exactly.
So, if it is okay with you, I would like to see us both as equals. Partners. Not Templar and charge. If it's all the same to you.
I think I can get behind that.
He will hold out his hand to shake.
Cedric will meet his hand.
And he'll shake it firmly. Only because I know that hugs make you uncomfortable, he says,
yes.
With a little bit of a smile.
Yes, that was a good call. Good start. To many years of us being partners, fighting the good fight.
Of course.
And with that, Cedric will nod and take his leave.
He will nod and turn back to the mural. Anyone else?
Yeah, I guess conveniently when those two have finished the conversation, Theo will pop his head round.
Hey, guys!
You want an incredibly awkward but inevitable goodbye?
Theoben.
Hi.
I'm not interrupting, am I?
Not at all.
Could I pop my head in there too and just go, oh, hi, Theo. I was looking for you because you're going to help me put my armor on. Excuse us. She's like grabs him and drags him away.
Which him? Theoben?
No, Cedric.
Oh, Cedric. Okay, so you grab Cedric. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Theoben is now there alone with Hugh.
Is that what they're calling it these days? All right.
Andreia seems to have taken quite a liking to Cedric, and it looks like the feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
It will be my job to make sure that Cedric always manages to return back to her.
That's good.
He would do the same for me.
Yeah, he would. You guys are lucky to have each other. I don't see many instances of friendship like that. Anyway, it was just things are starting to seem very final, and not that I'm afraid of dying or anything, but I just wanted to make sure the people that I care about know that I care, that I treasure the time that we've spent. It's important to me that you know.
Thank you, Theoben. I definitely have greatly appreciated our friendship. Next to Cedric, as I said, you are the one who went out of your way to reach out to me. And I recognize that and appreciate that greatly. As somebody who is breaking out of his tranquility, you start to notice things like that very easily.
Yeah, right. It's almost as if you don't have to tell me. I can see it in your eyes. I can see the feeling.
Thank you.
I
They
hope
say that the
that's-
eyes are the windows into the soul.
I hope that's what you want. Last time we talked, you weren't sure.
I'm very happy where I am right now. I think it is a very good balance is the right word. Balance between tranquility and not. I can still feel feelings enough to appreciate them, but at the same time I feel that my powers that I am so scared of remain subdued enough that I'm comfortable and can focus them on using them in more constructive ways, he says as he nods towards the mural. You had a part in that, Theoben. Thank you.
Me? What you're feeling, Hugh, I wouldn't be so bold as to assume it's because of me. Or
The reason why I was breaking out of my tranquility was because I was growing attachment to people. Cedric was the start, and you were a large part of peeling away those layers as well. You have that effect on people. You know, bringing out the best in them. I see it, not just to me, but to everyone. You're the anchor of the group. I hope you know that. Trust me, I can tell. I'm observant. Very observant.
stone for a second, Hugh. I never tried to be anyone's anchor. Honestly, I've just been trying to survive. And failing at one point. All I ever wanted was for everybody in this group to be safe and happy. I wanted us to all come out of this feeling good about what we'd done.
I think that's what you are for a lot of the people in this group. Safety.
I'm a dwarf that deals with poisons and died taking a risk. How do you figure?
I don't mean based on your abilities. I mean based on the way you talk to them, your attitude towards them. You're the peacemaker. You are the one who looks at both sides, the one who stands up for the people who have less of a voice. Violetta, Razikale, myself even sometimes, Kenna. The list goes on and on.
God damn it, Hugh. Alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one more thing before I leave. Last time we talked about the tranquility cure.
We did.
I want you to know that I talked to Cedric about it. And it's going in a vault in Orzammar. It's one that only I will have the key to. I found it, it's my responsibility. And frankly, unless I am there to authorize it, nobody should be going in or out. I hope that's enough for you.
Sounds like a smart idea to me.
Okay. Don't die on me, Hugh.
He smiles a bit. I heard what Connor mentioned something to me the other day. He said that I'm not finished yet. I feel that there are still many more things for me to do in this world. I have no intention of leaving it prematurely. I mean, I've been around for at least 50-some years already, right? He says with a smile.
Right. But regardless, you could have been alive 2 years. There's not a single person here that wants to see you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna hug you now.
I would very much like that.
Theo will put his arms around Hugh.
He will give you a very genuine, tight hug. And Hugh gives very good hugs. He's a very good hugger.
Well, you know, the hug only kind of half envelops Hugh due to size, but I'm hoping it's satisfactory.
Yes. Aww.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Take care of yourself. And he will exit.
Take care.
I had something really quick that I wanted to say to Razikale.
Yeah. That's fine. Razikale will probably be done training. She's probably going to be in the mess hall eating.
That's cool. Kenna's going
with her
to
hand.
pull the chair around like a super cool kid and sit in it like where she's straddling the chair. Like her elbows.
Kenna. She says, "Have you eaten this before?" She says, and she's pointing down onto her table, and she's sort of got some wings, similar to the wings from the bar, if you remember way back when. She says, "These very spicy. I like spicy."
I remember. She's got this like piece of clothing in Kenna's holding. It's very Avarian.
Okay.
Razikale, we started this journey together, and I mean, I wouldn't say we're close, but I feel like there's definitely, something building between us. Friendship.
We very close, she says. You were the very first friend in this group I made. And, despite the fact that you were going to kill me originally, you were the one who defended me against everyone else when we first met.
I did. That's right.
It's okay. I would have felt the same way too if the tables were turned.
Well, that actually brings me to my next point. For a while at the beginning, you reminded me a lot of a dark part in my past, but now I don't see you that way, and I don't see your people that way at all. And while I'm not sure if the relationship like ours will be the same between your people and mine, I just wanted to give you this. And she's gonna hand her, it's just like a simple Avarian clothing.
It's so soft, she says, as she puts it up against her face. It's very soft. Thank you. I'm not sure if I should wear it to the fight tomorrow. I do not want to see it get ripped.
No, you shouldn't. It's
safe then. Mm-hmm. Maybe when we win. Victory outfit.
Yes.
She says, I would like to make sure I look my best for Theoben afterwards.
Excuse me?
She says, Theoben, arrow.
Oh, I didn't realize that you two were,
he not realize it yet either, but he will.
You two are going to be working very closely with one another, so I, without a doubt, see this happening.
It's very important. We must set a good example. Set good example between dwarves and darkspawn.
Yes, it's the best way to build relations. I support this 100%, Razikale.
See? I knew it was a good idea. I'm glad you agree with me.
But seriously,
Everyone wants a piece of Theoben. I figure, why not me as well?
he's all yours, Rossi.
How about you and Connor?
Oh, we're good. We're great.
Good. I've talked to him a few times. He definitely worries about your safety. But I tell him, don't worry. Kenna, she can take care of herself.
I can. And I'll protect him too. He's very special to me.
You need that. It's very important.
It is. It is. So I wanted to give you that. To show that, I care about you. And I hope
Thank you.
that our relationship continues.
I wish that too. And I also wish I have something valuable to give you. But so far, the only thing of value that I seem to be giving people is my spit. And I don't think you want that.
No, that's all right. You can keep your spit.
Let's just say the thought counts.
I'll take it.
She sort of laughs and says, "Here, eat," she says as she's like pointing to more of the wings in another plate next to her.
You've got it. And she'll sit and eat wings and just laugh and encourage the relationship between her and Theo.
Oh my gosh.
Violetta will actually take aside Theoben.
Okay.
Theoben, I just wanted to thank you again for curing me of what ailed me for quite some time.
It's okay. I can't imagine how you must be feeling right now.
It's quite a rush, but let's just say that I am ready for this fight. It gives me a brighter future to look forward to when this is all over, one way or another.
What future is that?
Well, I don't know, she says. I just see a lot of potential and possibilities. I wanted to further thank you again, just in general, for always being there to defend me when the others were having issues, taking in consideration what I had to say. It's not easy being the odd person out when their opinions are unpopular, and you were always very good about that.
I always saw you as a good person.
Thank you.
I was standing
And you
up.
as well.
It wasn't. As you, I believe, are aware, as everyone in the group is aware, if I don't agree with something that somebody in the group says or does, I will voice it. And yeah, you may have done things that people in this group found shady, but you've always been good to us as a group.
Thank you.
The arrow was my way of giving you what I felt you deserved.
Thank you. Well, if everything goes to plan and we survive this whole whatever it is that we're about to do, I was just wondering if maybe you and I could talk potions, perhaps over dinner someday, shortly after?
Everyone's a video. Everyone.
I didn't realize you had an interest in potions.
I'm dabbling just a little bit. I was working on some earlier with Haliserre, but I figured maybe you might be able to help me a little bit. I know that poisons is more your thing, but I thought that perhaps if we put our heads together, you might be able to help me achieve some of my goals that I'd like to achieve, she says, with a grin.
I don't see how I could refuse. Sure,
Excellent.
let's do that sometime.
Wonderful, she says. And with that, she will reach over and give your shoulder a very comforting squeeze, and then she will kind of slowly turn around and leave. But she's sauntering, gliding very, very slowly, though, away.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
Theo kind of had something to look at.
Yes.
I can't believe it
Completely
just
unrelated.
happened. Theo, you player.
I know, what the hell?
Stop cheating
So now we
on
just need an
Razikale.
arena with Razikale and Theo and Haliserre, and there's all three of them in one big place.
You know back in session 0 when I said, does Theo get a harem? I wasn't being serious.
Well, I mean, fortunately, Connor's accounted for, and Owlett is accounted for.
And
Acorn's
Esbjorn-
not accounted for yet.
Esbjorn's
I mean,
accounted for, right? Yeah.
Esbjorn, I don't know. Esbjorn, I guess, is no,
He's a bear.
but he's a bear.
Isn't it?
And Hugh is kind of accounted for.
Did you say Hugh's accounted for?
I think in a way he is. I think he's devoted to Cedric, just not romantically. But he's devoted to someone very strongly. It's just he's devoted to Cedric, but it's something different from romantically. So
It's complicated.
it's complicated. So all of you have prepared for the fight, and you will begin to make your way onto the Tempest Dream, where the crew will welcome you on board once again, and they will fly towards the edge of the bubble, so you can meet up with Owlett and Acorn and the rest of the Sylvan army. And Owlett and Loquisha and the rest of the gang will be there. The owl Acorn flies towards the group of you and lands on Haliserre's shoulder.
Excellent.
Hoo, hoo.
How goes it?
Acorn has been flying around in that area for some time. It looks like the floating continent is amassing a lot of demonic creatures.
Yes.
There's also a giant sphere-looking bubble thing surrounding the central island of the floating continent.
Yes.
What do you wish for us to do down below?
She will basically lay out, we're going to be going in around here. We need eyes in these points and so on. So basically she's going to direct them as previously agreed.
Loquisha will speak up and says, "That is very good. We have a request.
Of course.
We have been spending a lot of time in the bubble while you all were away and found a few possible recruits."
Yes.
And she will turn around and you will see an army of spirits, about 200 spirits approximately, behind them.
It would be an honor.
They are willing to fight and help with a distraction under one condition.
And that condition?
That they are guaranteed to remain here when the fight is done.
You understand that I cannot speak for the rest of the living. But I can tell you I have no qualms with this.
again, I agree with Hallie that we can't really speak for the entire population of Thetis. But we as a group, I don't think, have any qualm with spirits. And we have a spirit mage in our party. So
Indeed.
Very
I
well.
certainly wouldn't see any reason not to.
Then I will inform them.
Okay.
With that,
Thank
she
you.
will hold out a branch to shake.
Yeah, you will shake it.
If it is still extended, she will as well.
Did I do that right? Laquisha asks Owlett. Yes, you did very well, he says as he pats her on the shoulder.
Oh.
She gives him a
Hey.
smile.
And when she walks away, it's like, hey, Owlett, how's it going?
Yes, child of the stone. Things are going very well. I have been having a lot of great adventures and conversations with the Grove.
Mm-hmm. What about Laquisha? Is she the tree?
I hope so. She's been sending what I believe are signals that imply that.
I don't know what that would look like, but I'll take your word for it.
Are you ready for the fight, child of the stone?
Yeah, let's do it. I've said all my goodbyes. I've had some very unusual conversations. I just want to get this over with.
I understand. Then let us go and fight for our future.
You betcha. And he will fist bump the tree.
Oh dear.
He will also fist bump you. You might be, and I think you're going to be pushed back a bit. And
That's quite a bump. Okay, let's do this.
Oh my god, like the bunny in Zootopia.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm glad someone got that reference.
the Owlett will also turn to Haliserre. Haliserre, I just wanted to thank you for bringing me along to see more of the world. I have learned much and been exposed to many of the cultures that you humans enjoy. It has made me very thirsty to see more, and a greater appreciation for this world. I very much would like to continue to see it not destroyed.
As would I, my friend. I'm glad I'm glad you were finally able to see more of it. And I'm surprised it took you that long to ask.
Well, I am just trying to make sure I continue on looking towards the future.
It's important.
And if that requires me to squeeze the heads out of several demons along the way, so be it.
So be it. Take care of yourself, my friend, and take care of your grove. You are a leader of people now.
You as well, Haliserre. You are family, after all.
You are family.
He will smile.
And she will hug the tree.
She will...
No silly fist bumps for her.
The tree will give you a very, very genuine embrace.
Yeah. Those who have been traveling with her on the ship may have noticed that when it was actual go time, she's clammed up and gone, business. But yeah, with Owlett, that's still her humanity, so
Yes.
we'll be a little vulnerable for him.
Tell me, Haliserre, before you leave and we part ways, are you happy? I asked that question to Lithia as well.
I'm not happy. But I'm grateful. And I see a path before me. And it's good. Forward motion is always good.
Grateful is a start, and forward motion is good.
This is what we're here for, my friend. Within each of us burns... Well, I would say within you burns a fire, but I don't want you to take it literally.
We all must do our part. Everyone has a role to play.
Yes. And I'm great.
And we all must rely on each other, that we will play the role that we should play.
Yes. And I'm grateful that our paths and our roles have collided.
Here's to a new resurgence for the world.
Here's to Resurgence.
Hey!
Hey! Okay. And if there's nothing else, you guys will make your way up to the ship again, and you will now fly towards Navarra and the floating continent. Before you enter through the bubble, however, a giant flock of eagles will come out from almost nowhere and follow the ship
Yay,
through the
distraction number
fade.
2.
I think after some passionate goodbyes, I might put on my armor with the help of Cedric, and I wanted to cast something on him.
Okay.
So after a few hours of a special alone time, she would be like,
Are we
okay,
talking special alone time? Like,
read into it what you will.
okay.
Yeah, special alone time.
Plus ones to both of you. Plus ones to both of you. Whatever that may be. Whatever that special time is. Go ahead.
She's going to cast she's going to kiss him and cast into him Life Ward.
Okay, very good.
So if he goes to fall in combat, he's not going to fall the first time, at least.
Good
I'm
idea.
scrolling up to it. I'm gonna put the same thing on Violetta, but that's what I'm going to do.
Did she get the kiss too?
Sure, she wants it.
I'm sure she wouldn't push you out away. I don't think she wouldn't push you
I've
away.
been waiting since the river.
How did you know? So essentially, the way it works, Kevin, is if if your health drops below 10, you immediately take 2d6 health back.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
And I'll be like, you be safe. And then that's what I had to say to him. I don't know if he wanted to say anything back, but that was what I needed to do.
So basically, before we actually get into the fight itself, I think I would like. Will you allow me to use one of my chanter things, which is basically. I'm sorry, not chanter. Anyway, to command. It's basically just a major action, but it's going to give everyone a +1 bonus to courage for the rest of the entire encounter for all of the allies.
Yes, I will allow you to do that.
Wonderful.
Am I able to, in advance, apply poison to my weapons, or does that have to be in combat?
Yes,
Okay,
you can.
so Theo's going to do that then.
Are you going to set up one arrow, which is specifically very dangerous and deadly?
Guardian.
Maybe even a bit quiet?
Within reason, I will let you do whatever prompting you need to do, because remember, we're dropping you off one by one, if you remember.
Right.
So it's not immediate.
I forgot to mention, when they were on the ground, could she have grown her berries? Okay.
Berries will be, I'm sure, very, very helpful.
All right, I'll make it up so that all you guys have 3 berries, and then
Yep.
Mark that down.
Connor will get 3 too.
Nice as well.
Goodbye, you smelly bear.
What I did want to do is right before we go, I wanted to talk to Violetta.
Sure. Yeah, you can.
So, we're about to do some really dangerous stuff, you and me, together.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are.
And, I wanted... We didn't start out on a very strong foot, and I'm not going to apologize for not trusting you, because I really don't trust anyone. That's who I am. But I am sorry that it took me so long to trust you. And you're my job right now. I have to keep you safe. And I'm going to. And I wanted you to know that you could trust that.
Thank you.
She's going to reach for her hand.
She will look at it, and then she will raise her hand and take yours and give it a squeeze.
She's going to close her eyes and put life ward on her, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which right now is really big. So she'll have that as well.
That's good.
And she's going to say, now, you make him freeze, and we'll take care of the rest, right?
She said yes. As soon as I make him freeze, I don't know how long I'll be able to maintain it. It'll be up to you at that point. Once he breaks out of it, all bets are off. The important thing is to get that orb away from him, because that is the one thing that can topple this entire plan awry.
I understand. All right.
Andreia,
Yes.
he would be proud, by the way. Knowing him for as long as I did, knowing the good man that he was, he would be very proud of you.
I try not to think about him. But thank you. I think I'm trying to hold off on mourning till we're done.
I didn't say that to you to make you feel unfocused. I just said it.
I know.
I said
And-
it so that you knew more of what you were fighting for.
I think you're right. I miss him every day. But I think you're right. And I try for him. He sacrificed a lot for this. He sacrificed everything for this. So.
She will slowly, cautiously go up to you to give you a hug. I don't know if you accept or not.
Oh, we're doing hugs. Okay. She's like...
Don't
Alright,
worry,
she'll hug
dear,
her
she
back.
says. Lately, I've just felt a little bit more loving lately.
Oh, really? she's like,
Don't worry, she says. I'm no threat to you or Cedric in that regard.
I wasn't worried. She's like,
I still have my eyes on Hugh now that he sort of is broken out of his curse as well, but
he's very good looking.
he is. But I don't know. He's also attached to Cedric, and even though Cedric and I seem to have buried the hatchet a bit, I don't know if I necessarily want to sign up for that.
Yeah, I get it. It's a bit of baggage. Just
Yes. Well, let's do it then.
right.
All right. When you guys are almost at the point for the first person to be dropped off as you are deep in the fog. All of you will be gathered at the top of the ship. And Connor will turn towards the 5 of you and say, "Is there anything you want to say to us before we start?"
You. All of you. You who stand before these gates. You who have followed me into the heart of evil. The fear of death is in all of our eyes, its hand upon your throat. Raise your voices to the heavens. Remember, not alone do we stand on this field of battle. The Maker, the stone, the spirits, the sky, the elements themselves are with us. All of these lights shall be our banner, and we shall bear it through the gates of this city and deliver it to our brothers and sisters and all of the beings on this world awaiting their freedom. And at last, our light and our choices and our resurgence will shine upon all of this creation as long as we are all strong enough to carry it.
I'm not going to mince words. This isn't about the past. This isn't about what we think will happen in the future. It's about right now. This battle. In this fight, we will determine what becomes of Thetis. I don't care where we're from. We all live here. We all live in Thetis. And I know in each and every one of your hearts, you want to do the right thing, and you want to do good, and you love our nation. Give it your all. Give it your best.
When I was young, my mother used to read me stories. Stories of heroes. Heroes that would wear fancy armor, have amazing abilities, and weapons beyond anyone's imagining. As I grew up, I used to think that's what heroes were. But after looking at all of you, I realized that that is not the case. You don't need fancy armor. You don't need a good weapon. You don't even need to be that brave. You just have to step up when the time counts. Our time to step up is now. Take everything from them, but give them nothing in return. Good luck to you all. May the Maker, the gods, or the stone be with you.
You have said everything that I think needs to be said. I don't have anything to add. I'm filled with courage, and I'm proud of all of you, and I just wanted to say thank you, all of you, every single one of you, for getting us this far, because I don't think I could have done it without any of you, and I love each and every single one of you, and I've learned so much from each of you, and I promise to take that with me wherever I go. You have all become my family, and I will protect you and love you forever. Not as great as everyone else's speech, but there you go. I love you guys. Stay safe.
As you guys are beelining your way to the floating continent, it's hard to see with the fog, but you can semi-see in the distance the floating continent. Meanwhile, down below, I don't think you guys can see this again because of the fog, but there is quite a bit of a ruckus that is happening as the Sylvans charge through and begin fighting the demons that have been congregating down below in the city of Navarra underneath the floating continent, along with a couple hundred spirits aiding them. In another part of the field is Plim, Jody, Sir Kauthrian, and several other members of the Templar Order fighting the demons as well. Gwenail and Delwyn catches up to them and also continues on with the fight too. And with that all happening, heroes down below, heroes above, old and new, in all sides, for the very last time, my friends, roll initiative. And it's begun.
If I don't, does that mean that the campaign keeps going?
Round one. The ship flies. And down drops. Now, Haliserre, I would like for you to roll a jump, athletics jump, or acrobatics dex, whichever you want. Haliserre, with the 16, you may land anywhere within that circle. Okay. Hugh rolls jump. Oops, it's supposed to be a +1, so that's a 9. So he just lands further away. He just lands here.
At least he's still on the bridge. Let's not do that one again.
God, no one
All right.
rolled trip 1 on those jumpings.
The Revenant will activate, and on this platform, there's a small pedestal that you can clearly see your bracer is on right now.
Okay.
So the Revenant will now make an attack roll. He will miss.
I like to hear that.
Round 2, the ship flies this way. Now, normally, it would probably be able to move a little bit faster than it is. Like I'm planning, normally I would have it take 2 rounds to get to the next island. However, because of the fog, unfortunately, the ship has to move slower. So it takes twice as long to get to the next island. So, next round, Haliserre, you and Hugh can go before the Revenant.
I am going to use my minor to enter my rally mode. Somebody's a master war chanter. So any allies who happen to be near me, which right now is just Hugh, anyone within 12 yards or 36 feet will get +1 defense, +1 morale, +1 on any courage tests, and +1 damage on melee.
Perfect.